Warren, thank you and welcome to share your knowledge, your wisdom, your inspiring thoughts with me. I am just so happy to be talking to you. By the way, I want to remind you, it's been exactly 1 year since we met. We met for the first time in April last year, and our common friend 𝙉𝙖𝙫𝙞𝙜𝙖 was the one who connected us. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good memory you have there. I remember that moment. It's actually Rusty's birthday this week. So
Look at that. I have to thank you for saying that. I'll make sure that I reach out to her. I didn't know that. So great. Thanks for the heads up. So I know you in so many capacities, Warren. I know you are a 4 times award winning inspirational speaker. You do coaching for people who are looking to overcome adversity. You are a trailblazer when it comes to overcoming your personal pain and creating that as inspiration piece for others. But that's me knowing you at a different level. How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a friend and a mentor and a guide. That's how I would describe myself, as a person that is part of the collective, and we're here to contribute as one soul, together as one.
Wonderful thought. So you're kind of saying we are in this together and I'm here for you, which is amazing. So tell us more. What do you do in your day-to-day life?
I am an entrepreneur. I run a web marketing company, as well as I'm, as you mentioned, an inspirational speaker, a coach, an author, and a guide. I do a lot of energy work, healing, as well as self-healing and teaching as a spiritual thought leader, as well as very into spirituality and using that as a tool to overcome adversity on a daily basis.
What made you get into this whole piece? What was the inspiration behind this work?
That there was something else out there that I was able to tap into in order to overcome what it is that I'm dealing with. Each of us come into this world with a package. We come into this world with, I believe, with, our different challenges and whatnot. And I do not believe that we're here to suffer. And there has to be a way that we could find different, whether it be different modalities or solutions that can able to either alleviate pain or provide a method of happiness and love over fear.
What a profound thought, Warren. And it ties in so well with the present scenario of what COVID-19 is, how people are dealing with the situation. How has it impacted you?
Just like everybody else, it was unexpected. However, there are theories that maybe it was predicted. The frustration of the inconsistency of information has a little bit thrown me off, in a sense that it's very hard for people to operate when information is not aligning with information. So when you take social media and you take what's going on in the news, and then you take the videos you see online, they are not in alignment with what is going on. So it's hard for people to grasp the reality, and that is what's causing a lot of fear. So when we don't understand, and the fear of the unknown, especially not knowing when it's going to end, not knowing what's coming next, and in terms of economically, it's very hard financially for everybody. So definitely customers and clients or whatnot, everybody is struggling, and everybody needs to just step up. And right now, the entire world has faced or got the memo that we're all in the same boat, and everybody is experiencing some form of adversity or challenges at the moment, whether economically, health-wise, mentally, physically, fearfully, societally. There's a lot of pain going on in the world right now, and everybody's feeling it. And the fact that there's a saying that, when a man or story when the man is trying to drill a hole under his seat in his boat, it's going to affect the whole boat. And even though the guy paid for the seat and it's his seat, he can't do that. And right now we realize how much we affect each other and how much we are really collectively connected.
So how you mentioned earlier that your personal coaching, your work has been impacted, just like for everybody else. So how are you putting a structure to your personal life, staying grounded, staying mentally in a good space while still continuing to navigate this time?
Throughout my life, I've collected I've studied a lot of self-development and spiritual studies, and that is what I stand for. And without those tools, every time that I usually face adversity or a challenge, without those tools, I don't know how I would have coped. And my intention now is taking a stand, helping people to do the same, to be able to deal with the unexpected, to deal with adversity and whatnot. So yes, I will have my days when I have that itch, or that anxiety, or that moment when it's like, oh no, I don't know what's going to happen. But when you combine the techniques and the faith and the coaching and all that stuff that I've gone through in my life, especially dealing with a chronic illness and disability, I deal with adversity on a daily basis. So right now, thank God I am where I am, and I'm grateful for that. But I know that there are some people that are suffering more than others right now. And can be very hard for them. Thank God the government is supporting who they can. And my intention right now is to provide whatever support and coaching that we can do to support mental and state of being for people to be able to cope mentally, physically, emotionally with what is going on in the world. It's very important to have a strong mindset, especially, and not just saying that, but actually applying what it is that we learn. And that is what I'm taking a stand for, to help others.
So if I was to ask you in your personal life, how are you using the technique for yourself?
First of all, there's always the trust, that having that trust and that faith, knowing that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to have despair or anxiety or whatnot. It's not wrong, right? So not to fight the emotions, to let them out, because when we fight our emotions, they affect our health and they affect our body. And there are proven techniques that emotions actually get stuck in the physical body that causes pain and illness. So once they're released, it's important for us to release what it is that we have, right? So we don't want to make anything wrong. The other step is, yes, there's a lot of mindful techniques that I am applying and sharing, such as meditation or visualization, anything that is going to keep your vibration high, right? Anything your energy frequency high. So whether it means your favorite song really, really loud, or just closing your eyes and doing some breathing, but definitely not take things personally, because everybody is on edge in the sense that everybody has this fear, and the more love that we put out there, the better. And when I talk about love, I'm not just talking about the romance or this or that, what we see in the movies. I'm talking about that energy frequency of love that you feel within your heart and your soul, that actually makes your entire state of being feel good, right? So it could be in any area of your life, and everything is energy. So therefore, a computer or my crutches or whatnot is composed of this energy that is affected by the way that we think and we feel. So I'm paying much attention to how it is that I think and I feel at all times, because we can only do what we can do.
I so agree with you, and what you said earlier about raising your vibration and making sure that that you do things that you enjoy and you feel loved. And the example that you gave was music. for me, I feel I really connect well to that analogy, because I know it's a complete shift of mood when you're hearing certain kind of music. And whether it's for me, I'm very close to Sufi music, which kind of puts me into that right rhythm when you're praying, or when you're just listening to it. It either whether I need to be calmed down, or whether I need to feel that power which is within me, to ignite, to bring up that energy. Music is really something that helps. And you made such a strong point with that. What about work? How do you feel your work has been challenged? Because I know you do a lot of speaking engagements outside. You're invited constantly to talks, to presentations. So how are you overcoming that barrier? Or is it better? Because there are some people who have told me, oh, now I can do it from the comfort of my home. I'm using technology.
It's true. It's both. Obviously, there's not large groups of people on stages at the moment, but there still is opportunities. It is hard for people to hire anyone in terms of the services that we are offering. So, for example, we have launched a love activation program, coaching program, and we have the coaching program available for people. And we realize, it's tough economically for everybody. Our passion is to help people, right? And yes, there has to be an exchange, energy exchange, whether it be with money or not. However, when you don't pay for something, it's as if it creates less of a value or an exchange, but people are struggling at the moment, and we understand that. So we've offered a pay what you can promotional place for now. So people can still have a free call with us to activate that love within all areas of their life, not just the romance, as well as, if they decide to go ahead with our program, it's a couple weeks, and basically, we do pay you what you can coaching option, which is very unique in the coaching industry. So not many people are doing that. So that is something that we have taken a stand for.
That's so wonderful. I know you are a wonderful person. I'm not surprised that you took that stand. What are your tips for people in staying grounded and staying focused on a positive mindset?
Reaching out to people that can support you is very important. So when we have coaches, for example, my coach, coaches need coaches too.
Of course, yeah. I have them too.
Yeah. So, someone like us to be a coach is very helpful for somebody who is going through a hard time to maintain their consciousness, because consciousness is everything. And that is our number one power is what we're feeling and going through. So if somebody is in emotional despair, or they're hurt emotionally, or something happened that triggered something for them to be upset, it's important for them to apply right away what it is that they can do. As a coach, it's important for us to be open and to share what it is that we're going through in order to get through that, right? So it's okay to have breakdowns. It's okay to feel upset and down. But it's important for us to express that, especially during this time. You don't want to store anything uncomfortable within your body system. The other thing would be definitely any mindfulness techniques would definitely be helpful. Meditation, breathing, playing your music loud, things like that, like I mentioned. Those are definitely techniques that can be very helpful. Again, it's not just about having a strong mindset, but you want to feel good too in a state of being. So, I like to teach about how you want to find your hero, right? You want to find your hero, somebody that you can emulate in order to be your own hero, right? So, for example, my favorite hero is, can you guess?
Batman? Is that Batman? Do I see behind you?
So,
Not sure.
as a superhero, that would be my favorite hero because it's somebody that doesn't have any powers. Sure, he inherited a lot of money, but he still worked to become what it is that he intended to be. I don't plan on becoming Batman, but I do plan on stepping into that power, that strength of conviction that he had, as how I imagine it, right? So when we step into the idea of somebody that we admire or a hero, whether it be a fictional or, maybe it's Moses or Jesus or a father or a mother, whoever it is, you want to step into that power and act like that being. And then the second step would be always act as if how you want to be, right? So when you visualize who it is that you intend to become, act that way. So are you a teacher? Are you feeling good? What are you wearing? What are you feeling? What are you breathing? Like, you want to just always tap into that moment, right? And coaches always give, and we always give those steps of how to actually maintain that idea of who it is that you intend to become as your future self or future environment.
Wow. 3 great pieces of advice, I must say.
Thank you.
It really resonates with me, to have communication, to depend on your circle, creating a network around you that is there to support you. You're not isolated. And lastly, making sure that you found the hero, that vision that you create for yourself and you wish to be. Envisioning that can actually, make things happen. Work it in a way where you're reaching that step, you're stepping forward in that formation, that being. Wonderful pieces of knowledge here, Warren.
Thank you.
What would you say to acts of kindness? Have you observed? And the reason I ask you this question is because the pandemic has brought out kindness in a big way. There were people who were going about their business, not paying attention to their surroundings, completely self-absorbed. And now you see there are so many kind acts around in the community. There are people who are reaching out to others. Have you observed any of those?
100%. The level of generosity has definitely risen. And, pandemic aside, it kind of feels like that feeling that you have over Christmas time. When people are giving and gifts and stuff like that. In this sense, right now, there's a little bit more of that. They are also concerned about the welfare of each other as well, even more so. There is a friend of mine, his name is Chef Jagger Gordon. So he runs Feed It Forward, and he's dedicated to making sure that, people are fed who don't have food all over the place. He's literally taking his team of volunteers out there, risking himself in order to make sure that, people are fed. And he's been doing this for a long time, but now more than ever it's needed. So, every day there's that. And then there's Project Ramzia, which is happening at the moment as well. Every day they're packing boxes, they're shipping, all that stuff. So,
wow, that's profound. And that is the basic need, a necessity.
Of course, we want to take into consideration all of the frontline workers as well. The doctors and the nurses especially, and all of the teams out there that are on the field that are actually getting sick from helping other people, right?
Yeah,
so,
and look at the senior care homes, the personal support workers who are supporting these homes right now. It is mind-boggling what's happening in there. So yeah, I hear you with the frontline workers and healthcare professionals specifically, who are risking themselves to bring health and happiness and safety, most importantly, to everybody that they're serving in the community.
Sure. And I know how it goes in the hospitals. I've been there many, many times, and for long periods of times. I know how much work and impact the nurses make.
Mhm.
There's no question about that. They always have my utmost gratitude, and I know what goes on in there. So, you know, I really respect what's going on now, especially. They don't just go to work. They have to, you know, bundle up and, I mean, like, protect themselves and you know, and it hurts, you know, your face starts hurting when you're wearing the masks so often and all that stuff. Like, you know, they're also struggling, but I've seen them using tools, using, you know, I've seen nurses doing these group meditations on YouTube. I've seen them, you know, playing music, like I suggested, anything that's going to keep their vibrations up. Because you know what? We affect each other so much more than we know. And when we talk about energy work and energy healing, our auras expand, right? They expand to a certain amount, and people are walking in each other's auras all the time. So if I'm in a bad mood, whether you know I am or not, or if I'm in a bad state and you're walking, you know, like a couple meters away from me, your energy field is going to feel that. And when I choose, like, let's say I have a medical appointment or going to a hospital that is, you know, I'm nervous or whatnot, I make my responsibility, no matter what I'm going through, to play my music very, very loud inside my heart, as well as, you know, maybe some audio tracks or whatnot. When I walk in the hospital doors, I know that if I smile at complete strangers that are suffering, they smile too. And when we smile, we raise our serotonin, strengthens our immune system, and helps with their healing, right? People need happiness in this world. And those nurses are doing a good job on that.
Completely. Absolutely. You're so right on that. You yourself are giving, Warren, and it's so amazing, the inspiration that you give, the knowledge that you share. Let's shine the light on you and ask you if there was one wish that you had, and you had a magic wand and you could say, I would like this to happen for yourself. What would that be?
That's a good question, Tara. Thank you for asking that.
My pleasure.
You know, when I was a kid, I wanted superhero powers, right? I wanted to be able to fly and pick people up and rescue them or help people across the world. So I think one wish for me for right now would basically be to help as many people as possible to transform their state of being in order to overcome any unexpected adversity and challenges, and to live a life of happiness and purpose over pain as I do.
Oh my God. Aren't you the nicest and kindest person I know, Warren? This is in asking for yourself, you're still asking for others. And
well, we affect each other, right? So
yeah,
if people are unhappy around me, I'm unhappy, right? And if I'm unhappy, I'm going to affect other people, you know? So we're all collective. We're all in this together, as we said in the beginning, right?
it
So
might seem a very simple statement that you made, but honestly, uh, please know that I I've experienced it, so I know what you're talking about. Just one person having an energy that can having a different energy, not even negative, leave alone negative or upsetting. I'm saying if it's different, can completely throw you off your balance. So I know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
So this really resonates, and if that's what you wish, and I completely wish that for you, that happens. You're already doing it. You're doing it in your day-to-day life. You're helping so many. So if there was one thing that you would want to leave people with today, what would be that knowledge piece, something tangible that they can use in their own lives?
To always try to focus on the bigger picture by positioning yourself as an observer to the current situation that you're dealing with. In order to do that, try to see yourself as an actor in a movie or an actress in a movie where you're watching instead of actually being in that movie. And that will help you to overcome something that is going to happen or some fear that you may be feeling because you're looking at watching a movie, and the same way how you would watch a movie is maybe you'll be anxious by watching or want to know what's going to happen next, but you're still observing. And by doing that, it's as if you're guiding your own theme throughout the show, right? So that would be my one point of advice to you to try.
Wow, that's something I would want to try. I'm not like, it would be interesting, for sure, to imagine yourself as somebody that you'd want to be, and who knows, that might actually be the reason you become that person. So that's so brilliant. So Warren, tell us, you've left people with such nuggets of wisdom. What if they wanted to find you and reach out to you? What would be the best way to do that?
The best way to contact me or my team would be to go to my website, walkwithwarren.com, and I'm sure it will be posted below. And or find me on social media at Instagram is @IamWarrenF, and on Facebook it's my full name, Warren Falkenstein, which I'm sure will be posted below.
Yes, it will certainly be posted. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Warren. I'm very thankful that you made time in your busy schedule and came forward with this gift that you've shared with everybody who's going to be engaging with the content. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara. I appreciate this.
Please make sure to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell to keep updated with all our videos. Thank you.